this is a pretty cool thing. I've had similar bikes to this. So I've had CT200s, CT90s, CT110s, all our classes like postie bikes. I've had the early ones where they have the two sprockets, so to change the gear ratio to go on and off road you move the chain across from the little sprocket to the big sprocket to give it a little more low end pull for being off road, but this is probably the oldest one of this style of bike that I've ever had. I haven't been able to find out a huge amount about it, and I haven't actually got the exact manufacture year from this bike, but I also have another very similar but slightly newer one as well. So this is somewhere between, I believe, 1962 and 1964, and I could be wrong and I'll stand corrected if I am. There's not a lot of information out around these, and this is a Honda Trail 55, or also known as a C105. So this is designed as a trail bike. It's a 55cc 4-stroke motor. It's the classic small cc Honda 4-stroke motor design. So this is kind of one of the early ones, and it's a very cool thing. So this is before they decided to go low and high range gearbox. The story I've been told is that when they started building these things, they didn't have high and low ratio boxes or the large and small sprocket, and they started shipping them out, and they went to the American market, and they realised they were selling lots and lots of these bikes to the American market, and they were like, why are we selling so many of them over there? And the story is that someone, I was given a name, I can't remember who it is, someone had started modifying the sprocket carriers on the back so that they could take a large and a small sprocket, and then Honda discovered this, and then they released like the next model, which had the high and low ratio sprockets on the back, and they then further developed it in the late 60s, late 60s, I think, 1969, 1970 I think it came out, and it had like a little switch underneath the gearbox, and it went between low and high ratio. So this is a very early one. I can't tell you a huge amount about it. I haven't got any paperwork from it. I bought it from an old lady, and I think they were her husband's. He died, and there was two of them. So there was this one, which is the earlier one that there's no paperwork for at all. So there's no US title, but there is. I've applied for a Nova certificate for it. So once you've got a dating certificate from VJMC or somewhere like that, you can apply to have it road registered, and it's had all its taxes paid and this, that and the other. And other than that, I've no key for it. I'm not going to start messing about with the ignition barrel. That will be for you to do that. The rear wheel spins, the front wheel spins, the front brake works, the rear brake works. It's also got a rear brake on the left hand here. That cable's locked up, so that's going to need a bit of freeing off. And other than that, I can't make it spark because I haven't got the key. It turns over, and I'll demonstrate to you in a minute that it changes gear. It's a 3-speed semi-automatic, so it's got the classic push down to go up a gear with the front of your foot, and then it's got the pedal on the back where you push down with your heel, and then that brings it down a gear. So you change up, first, second, third, and then back, third, second, first, and neutral. So it's a cool thing, very, very, very old, and definitely not many of these around. Not much information on them, which makes it, for me, makes it a bit cooler. I have got another one which I think is a newer one, and I have got the title for that, and that is a 1963 was the year it was first sold in America, which makes me think that this is a 62. Slightly different. You can see that there's some slight differences which look a little bit more modern than this one, but it's a very original thing, and it doesn't look as though it's done very much. The mileage on this is reading 1,204 miles. Now then, I suspect that it's right, because it doesn't appear to have had much wear at all, although it's quite old and dirty and bits of rust and this, that and the other on it. But it's only got 4 digits on the tacho, so it's only got 4 digits. The highest it could go up to will be 9,999. I don't believe that this has done over 10,000 miles, looking at the condition of it. Some of you might think I'm mad, but I truly don't. It's definitely not had a lot of abuse, but what it has had is its time out in the weather, and that's why it looks the way it does. Anyway, what we'll do now, we'll just cut over so you can see the bike close up, and then we'll do the gearbox check. I've just shown you it turning over. I can't make it spark because I haven't got the key for the ignition, and I'm not going to go messing around with the wires and stuff like that. It's exactly as it came over from America. I'm not going to start messing with it. That's for you to do. I know that you, if you're looking at this to buy it, you want to be the one that takes it apart. You want to see all the bits and pieces and everything like that. So let's have a look at it, closer look, and we'll get it listed up for sale. So there we go, Honda 55. Nice early Honda Motors logo there. And you've got the HM on the tacho, and got HM I saw somewhere else. Anyway, you can't see that now, but so this is one of the bad bits. It's got a side panel missing. This is the side panel for the battery box. So that'll be a hard bit to find for one of these. I'm sure that someone will be making a repro version of it. I did do a look, that's her turning over. You can hear her turning over good. She's missing this side footrest, and it looks as though the footrest carrier might be slightly bent. It's got rear footrests on it, which would have been a common thing for these to have. Someone would sit on the little parcel carrier. These I believe would have been used as early postie bikes. I don't think this one will have been, no. I think it's the wrong colours, it's in red. The wheels are in relatively bad order, so the chrome's not good. That's a DID rim there, which is nice to see. Yeah, the chrome's not good, quite fusty, so the wheels are going to need some work, but take them to a decent wheel builder, get the rims re-chromed, get them re-spoked. Job is going to be a good one, really. And then the front brake, like I say, does work. You can see the actuator there. It's got the original horn, slight bending of that carrier, but that would straighten out. The headlights all intact. leading link forks, which are all look to be in good order. I mean, one thing about this bike, it would benefit massively from a right good clean, and then going through. So the little side panel here, which would house the toolkit. I've already opened this, I know the toolkit's not there. Thought that this had the little HM symbol on it. Oh, there we go. It's on the little, the catch, if you like, the little screw-in catch. It's not got the original key, but you'll be able to take that barrel to a locksmith and they'll be able to make a new key, or I know it might be a long shot, but someone might be able to make one from the original patterns, because it's still got the serial number on it. Honda Motors Company Limited, manufactured in Japan. We've got the air filter, lives in this little air box here, that's all still intact. Cover back on. Nice originality on this bike, I think. Like I say, I don't think it's done very much. I think it's just been left out. The seat just flips up. The seat foam is absolutely rock solid, and the vinyl's pretty much done in. It looks as though someone stuck a new cover over the top of the original one, but that is rock solid. But it's nice under there. We've still got the original Honda lettering on the back. It's nice under there. Look at that paint, it's gorgeous. And when we look inside the tank, you might not be able to see, but it's dry and it's completely rust free, it looks to me. I had a quick look in there with a torch and it looks bang on. So it would be a very nice thing to restore, very original and very complete. Upswept pipe, which, see, I believe from what I was looking at, I'm sure it changed in 1961. They had a low pipe, and in 62 it moved to the upswept pipe, which is what makes me think it's a 1962 one, because the 1963 one, which I've got, just looks slightly newer. There's just a few bits and pieces that are newer, so I don't think it can be 61. Because that would have had the underslung pipe, and then, so I think it's a 1962, but like I say, I can't guarantee that. There we go. Right, let's do the gearbox check. Now, I do get bikes like this in, but it's not one of my most common bikes that I would get, so some of you watching this might not have seen any of my videos before. So what I do is I do a gearbox check, which involves having the bike in neutral, spinning the rear wheel and changing the gears. So that's in first gear. Now that is turning the engine over. Up into second, again turning the engine over, and up into third. Might have got a false neutral there, but we don't know what the situation is with the oil that's in it. It needs restoring. So back from third into second, and first, and then back into neutral. So there we go, we've got all the three gears. Hopefully you've had a good chance to have a decent look at it, so you can make your mind up as to whether it's something that you'd be interested in. I've got the other one, which I would do a deal on the two, or obviously sell them separately. What I'll be doing is I'll be sticking this one on eBay tonight, so people can have a bid on it. And then once the auction for this one's finished, I'll be sticking the other one on eBay as well. So I've not got two bikes that are competing with each other. But if you want to contact me and see if you can do a deal on both of them, then yeah, absolutely, fair enough. I'll be up for that without a doubt. I'll just get some pictures of it now, and then we'll get moving on with the next one. Please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just search Phoenix Motos.